Alright everybody, welcome to another episode of Psycho's Platters, always powered by coffee each and every time. So, what are we going to do today, guys? This one is another, I know you'll be like, hey Psycho, why do you keep doing these contest response videos? But you know what? It's really cool, okay? This one here is going to be for Matt over at Prime Analog. That's right. And he got, congrats for getting over 500 subscribers, okay? So he's doing a contest. Show us your 5 Michaels. That's right. In other words, no groups. It's got to be solo stuff, okay? Michael's got to be the first or the last or something like that, okay? In there. So I'm not going to lie to you. It took me a little while, okay? It did, because, even though my collection isn't as big as it was previously, for one of these, hopefully you'll allow, maybe 2 of them actually, we hope you'll allow, and we'll explain why in a little bit here, okay? So, the first one here, what we got, is from late 1980. A very underrated band out of Ohio, by the way, the Michael Stanley Band. I only got like 2 albums from these guys, and Heartland here was one of the bigger hit ones, okay? You're talking the big hit off of here, and I remember the MTV video, He Can't Love You Like I Love You. Remember that one? Well, I didn't know until I got this album who did the great killer sax break on that song. Clarence Clemens, that's right. Should have known, right? But so Clarence Clemens is on this album. But yeah, you're looking at Michael Stanley, Kevin Rowley, Michael Gismondi, Gary Moraski, Bob Hollander, and Tommy Dobick. And if I remember correctly, Tommy, he ended up, he started out with Glass Harp, which was with Phil Keaggy back in the early 70s before Michael Stanley Band jumped here. Good album, great underrated band in my opinion. They really need to be, there's many that need to be in the Rock and Roll Hall of Fame, right? I think Michael Stanley Band should be in there. This next one here, originally, of course, he was the lead singer for Elvin Bishop Group in the mid-1970s. Before, in 1979, he would go to Jefferson Starship. That's right, we're speaking about Mickey Thomas. Yes, As Long As You Love Me. Alright. This one here, on the Rainbow Black MCA. He put out a couple albums. The other one that I have, or at least I did, was Alive and Well, okay? But this one here from 1977, of course, before he went to, Starship. The really cool thing on this is really what the players are on here, okay? So you got Elvin Bishop, you've got Booker T and the MGs, alright? And you got David Page and Jeff Porcaro from Toto. So all of them are on this fun little album. And you know what? I always liked Mickey's voice, okay? From Fool Around and Fell in Love for Elvin Bishop. Jane is like my favorite Mickey Thomas Jefferson Starship song. Probably Find Your Way Back is the other one too. But Mickey Thomas. And so I know you're probably saying, well, Mickey, I said Michael. Well, Mickey is a form of Michael. So I hope that's allowed, because this next one here is going to be another one. But boy, oh boy, this next one here has been around on and off in the music business since 1965. Okay, he actually was in a band called the Missing Links before he went to go to an audition for a television show. He was one of the lucky 4 of the Monkees. That's right, but of course we're not talking the Monkees. I know you're going, well, we're going to talk about that one in a second, but we're talking Mickey Dolenz here. That's right. And Mickey, the only LP vinyl that Mickey did in the 70s was the soundtrack to The Point, which was with Mickey and Davey and Harry Nilsson, all right? But that's a UK thing, and I'm still looking for that. I still am. But then we come up with a beautiful, beautiful album here from, what number is this, Chip? 7A, yes. And I went and previously reviewed this album, and this is a excellent work. This really, really is. This collects all your MGM singles and Romar, and it's just, it's beautiful stuff here, okay? Just for trivia point, Easy on You, which is the first track on here, it is, like I said, produced by Mickey, but it's co-arranged by Peter Tork. This thing came out in September of 1971, so, you know, the monkey love was still going on even then, and so really, really cool MGM singles. If you don't have this and you're a Mickey Dolenz or a Monkees fan, go get this. This is a fun record, and I think you would really love it. And it does come in colored vinyl. We're saving time for that here. So this next one, once again, you may go, well, here's the thing. It is mentioned, his name, Michael, or Mike in this case, is mentioned on the back cover. But this was such an awesome album, I had to stick this in my 5 Michaels. We're talking about the 1974 album, McGear. Now I know you're like, well, where's the Mike? Mike's right here, okay? Of course, we're talking about Mike McCartney, who, of course, he was in the Scaffold in the late 60s, big in the UK, all right, with Thank You Very Much, if I remember correctly, was the 45 that came out of there. And then he went solo. He also wrote poetry and other kinds of books, but he had a decent solo career. This album here, okay, like I said, from 1974, this whole thing is excellent. Some people have called this the Lost Paul McCartney and Wings album, and you might probably wonder why. Well, obviously, the reason why is because Paul McCartney and Wings are all over this thing, even though this is released on Warner Brothers. So who do we have? Well, we happen to have, of course, Paul and Linda and Denny Lane and Jimmy McCulloch. As far as for, that's kind of funny. Where's the drums? Maybe there's different people on drums because I don't see the. Oh, here we go. So that's what you've got there, which is really weird because I wonder why maybe Jeff Britton wasn't in the band yet or in between, but they got Jerry Conway on drums and. Let's see. Oh, and this is even funnier yet. I didn't realize this. Denny Sewell plays drums on Leave It, and I think that's kind of cool as well. So you do have bunches of former Wings and stuff like that. But Mike McGear's McGear, excellent album. They reissued it on vinyl. There's also a double CD deluxe edition, if I remember correctly. Go get that. Lastly, we talked about the 1965 4 people auditioned. This gentleman here, technically his first solo 45 was 1962. In 1965, he ended up calling himself Michael Blessing. But by the time he was one of those lucky 4 selected for the Monkees, he was Mike Nesmith. That's right. And you know what? This is actually probably my favorite live album, and this of course is from what number is this, Chip? 7A. This came out from 2018. Michael Nesmith and the First National Band, Rideau. So I mean, you got an excellent people on here. Of course, his son Jonathan's on guitar, Christian's on guitar, and you got Pete Finney on your steel guitar, if you will. I misread Rhodes, but Pete Finney does an excellent job on here too. So this is a very fun double album. This came out in brown vinyl. So I hope that honestly qualifies for the 5 Michaels in this contest. I hope so. Please let me know in the comments, Matt, okay? And everybody out there, if you're not subscribed to Prime Analog, Matt's channel, please go do so. It's a very fun channel, he's already heading himself towards 550 for the sub count, okay? And go like and sub and get into this contest because you still got a little bit of time left. So, ladies and gentlemen, thank you very much for watching here for Psyko's Platters. Always powered by coffee each and every time. That is the mighty Psyko promise. You take care, God bless, and rock on, and see you next time.